Chairman, I'd like to introduce Dr. Wilson Tsai.
Yeah, I asked one question earlier.
Please.
I should have continued the question because I wasn't really satisfied with the answer. Now, about risk, how many directors here knew what happened, for example, at the global financial crisis? Because I know that most of this country, including the regulator, I was working there, have no idea what happened.
Well, I think you'll find.
Does any director?
I think you'll find there are a number of directors here who had deep experience of that. Certainly, there are at least two of us who are working in institutional banks at the same time, Mr. Ewan and myself. Other directors were working in other industries. Ms. Sherry was working at one of the banks, and Mr. Armstrong was working as an auditor of one of the major banks exposed. So I think you'll find there is deep knowledge of what happened at the global financial crisis.
Why is it that nobody in this country knows, about the emergency funding that was required to
I think
potentially
I think the emergency
bail out?
I think the emergency funding regimes that were provided by both the Federal Reserve and the Reserve Bank of Australia are well understood.
Right, but most of the people, most of the news media has not. Everyone's saying that Australia sailed through the global financial crisis, and very few people actually know about that aspect. But anyway, okay, I assume that
I'm sorry.
some people.
I do need you to ask a question on the remuneration report so that we can.
Well, the reason why I say that is that I've also worked as a proprietary trader in an investment bank, right? And I know the type of remuneration incentives because there were people that collect, several $1 million from trading successfully, right? So that's why I think the risk is very important because the type of short-term remuneration incentivize people to take risk and also take risk that bypasses, the risk committee. I mean, how much details do you get from the executives about the risk that you're taking? My view is that you could not have, because there were lots of rules and regulations that were not really rules and regulations, such as Chinese walls and all that sort of stuff. Now, my view personally is that you may be able to answer this, is that the conglomerate structure of the banks are too complex, for the management and for the board to oversight. So my question is, would it make life easier if the banks were broken up in some way?
And the answer to your question is no, and it would weaken the ability of the banks to offer the range of services they do to personal, business and larger corporate institutional customers. Thank you.